Hi everyone, welcome to another Pairing with Mare. Okay, so one of my goals with these Pairing with Mares, and I love doing recipes, but sometimes I just want to give you some really valuable advice that you can do easy, simple, and I also want to encourage experimentation because I'll tell you, today I am so going outside my box. I do not like sweets with red wine. I don't like chocolate with red wine, despite what so many people say out there. And neither does my buddy Lou. We're on the same page with this. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta dive in and try it and see what you think. So you're gonna experiment with me today. In keeping with the theme with the white wines, red wines, we are staying under 20 bucks. This is you, a couple friends come over, you're gonna open up one of our Crush Collection wines and break out some chocolate. Because I did 5 chocolate bars, they're all, around $3 a bar, because you wanna get something a little bit more than like the Hershey's bar, but you don't need to get gourmet chocolate. Find somewhere in that middle range. So that's $15, and then you can add some nuts in there. That's another nice thing, because nuts, if you're really not liking the chocolate, the tannin in the nuts will help balance that out for you. Okay, so the first thing you always want to do when you're doing a tasting experience is it starts with the wine, because what you experience without anything else on your palate is going to be what helps inform what goes on when you start trying these other flavors out. So first, we're going to try the wine. Wow, this is full of, ironically, and maybe it's because I'm smelling the chocolate, but I feel like I get a little dark chocolate, but I definitely get some cherry and some strawberry and a very nice velvet finish on it, like really smooth and creamy. This is a fantastic wine. And since I'm gonna talk you through the chocolates, I should mention, while you could do this with any of the Crush Collection wines, some that I think will be a better experience would be our Vischle Zinfandel, the Ceci GSM, the Pivot Merlot, and that Arinda Hayes Cabernet Sauvignon. If I was gonna pick, to date, we're gonna have more fabulous wines that come out, but of the ones that we've done so far, those would be the top 4 that I would suggest doing with this. But experiment with any of them. Okay, rule of thumb. Typically, if you're serving something sweet with a wine, the wine must be sweeter than than the dessert or the food you're serving with, because otherwise sugar will bring out bitterness in the wine. And that's why typically dark chocolate pairs the best, because it's not sweet. So we're gonna try it with a milk chocolate because we wanna have that experience. And I'm sure there's gonna be people who will love the milk chocolate with the red wine. Again, this is what this is all about, experimentation. But what I thought would be really interesting is I found another milk chocolate. They add pistachios, but they don't add sugar. So while the real milk chocolate, or the plain milk chocolate, has sugar, this one only has, I think there's only like 1 gram of sugar in these. So we're gonna do that one next. Then we're gonna move to a 75% dark chocolate. So that's gonna be much less sweet. And then we're going, which I've never had, an 88% dark chocolate, which is definitely gonna be even more bitter. And then we're gonna end with doing a dark chocolate that has some fruit. It has a raspberry in it. Find out which we think is gonna pair the best. That is exactly what I expected. That's pretty sweet chocolate, and it just makes that have this really bitter taste, especially right when it first hits the tip of my tongue, it's not bad, but it's once it goes to the back of my tongue, and especially on the finish, it's almost like a delayed reaction. So I'm really interested in that. Obviously, the milk chocolate did not work for me. But I have to say, the whole reason I got this one that said no sugar added, because I thought, wow, that might actually work. That might really pair well. Let's find out. I'm really excited about this. Definitely not sweet. Okay, obviously not awful. It didn't cause me to make that face. It doesn't necessarily make the wine taste, doesn't make the wine pop, but it doesn't make it bad. So I'd call that train tracks. They just kind of are parallel. It's hopeful, so if you like chocolate and you like the idea of drinking it with some red wine, a no sugar added chocolate might be the way to go. In fact, I double dog dare you to go out and find some of these chocolates, do this at home, and then come on and post on Instagram or Facebook and tell us what you decide. Maybe I'm crazy. All right, so we're moving into the dark chocolate, which is definitely more my realm. If you want something sweet at the end of the night, dark chocolate is usually what you would be advised, as it's more healthful and nutritious. Anyways, we're gonna go into this dark chocolate. So this is the one that's 75% dark chocolate, I think. I mean, I had no idea until I went to the store to buy all this. Now they make them with all different levels of, I thought there was like 50% and 80%, and now there's all kinds of levels. A little hard. I'm not sure. That's not a winner for me. I still get a little bitter. This still just has maybe a little bit too much sugar and sweetness to it, and makes the wine a little bitter to me. All right, we're moving on to the 88% dark chocolate. But to be honest, right now I've had more chocolate than I've probably had in a few years with my red wine. So we're moving into uncharted territory. But we're going back to this one that has these cute little hearts. So this is 88% cacao, I guess is how you would say it. Not sweet at all, but that's a nice chocolate. It works. So what I mean by it works is it didn't make me make one of those faces or absolutely hate the wine then, but it's still not how I would enjoy my wine. I'd much rather have probably something more savory to go with it, but I will say that's better probably than the no sugar added milk chocolate, but it's still not exactly how I'd like to enjoy my wine. All right, final one. This is the one, if you remember, it's a dark chocolate, not 88%. I think this one is around still like maybe a 60%, but they add raspberry to it. If I was a betting woman, it's gonna make one of them more interesting. Whether it makes the wine more interesting or the chocolate, we'll see. Let's go in. A raspberry in there is kind of nice. That's gonna take one more sip. Okay, I might be surprised right now. That might be my favorite pairing of the day. And I'm not just saying that. It's because this raspberry is a little bit tart in this dark chocolate. And because of the flavors in here, it actually makes this pop, and it makes the raspberry and dark chocolate pop more. Okay, I'm surprised. This might be, I would do this at the end of the night. So like everything with wine, these are always much more fun experiences when you pair it with a friend, a loved one. I need it with my buddy Lou. So, especially since I know he's just like me, we're kind of anti-chocolate and red wine. I'm gonna pick my 2 favorites, and I'm gonna bring him in and see what he thinks. All right, like I said, these experiences are way more fun when you have your buddy. So, first, let's pour you a little wine. And I already told him. Oh,
darn.
Yeah.
No, please.
At least that's a positive for him. But he forgot that I'm asking him to pair it with chocolate. And he's like me, and he doesn't like chocolate with red wine.
Yeah, every now and then, I guess I'll be right in the right space for it. I like it. But I'll tell you what, I've seen people come in the tasting room and love it.
Yeah.
It like makes their whole tasting. So there are people that do love it.
Well, I've been experimenting, and trust me, I've had some not so good reactions, but I had a couple surprises.
Oh, really? Good.
So I'm not going to make you taste all of them, unless you want to.
No, I want to just taste the ones you like.
All right, I've got 2 favorites. Okay, so the first one I want you to take.
Ooh, this smells good.
Oh yeah, well first rule, you got to have the wine and decide what you like about the wine, and if you like the wine, before you have the chocolate.
Oh, that's nice Pinot.
So here's the.
Which one did you like?
You're gonna do this one. So what this is a milk chocolate. So normally milk chocolate and red wine are like a train wreck.
Yeah.
This is no sugar added.
Oh, so it's like more of a pure chocolate?
Yeah, because they didn't add any sugar, and then they added pistachio
let the wine be the sugar.
So try that.
I might like that too.
Let's see.
Isn't that crazy? This is the sugar for the chocolate. I was eating the
Never thought
chocolate.
of it like that.
You know, I was eating the chocolate. It was kind of ugh. Then this popped the sweetness of it up, and you almost need it.
So you're finding that the wine makes the chocolate taste sweeter. Mm-hmm. See, this is what's so fun about doing this with a buddy. You're all gonna have different opinions about what's happening on your palate.
I'm gonna eat a plain almond though.
Yeah, get that out of there.
Get that out of there.
All right. So
what else did you like?
This is the other one I like. It's a dark chocolate, but not a super high. I think it's about a 60% dark chocolate, and it's got raspberry in it.
Okay, I think I like where you're going with this because, you know, it might be the fact that it's all about the sweetness. Yeah. You know, if we're drinking a sweet wine with chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the golden rule sort of is that the wine's got to be sweeter than what you're eating.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the sweetness makes the wine taste bitter.
Right. I'm going to describe it as delicious. You know, it's not like, oh my gosh, and to me, it's almost like the acidity of the wine brought the acidity of the raspberry up. Mm-hmm. And then you're dancing around with all this little chocolate stuff. This is like a good Valentine's.
He describes that way better than I do. But that's basically, I ultimately said, I could do that at the end of the night if I still had some red wine and I wanted something sweet.
Well, you heard what Meredith and I think, but it's more important what you think. So let us know on our Facebook or Instagram, or, you know, you can even always get a hold of us at majorcrushwinecast.com.